Hey there, I'm Coach Michael Burt, the Super Coach. Every week, I come into your life to really do three things: multiply your life, multiply your money, and multiply your business. And today's going to be no different. Good afternoon, Candace Van Bieber, Rick True, Jay Cash. I think I saw Judge Graham, the celebrity, on here. What's up, Judge? Today, we're going to be talking about how to do one thing very important. Really, two things. One, how to tend to your own business. And I'm going to give you some strategies I personally use so I don't get caught up in low-level drama, worried about other people, tending to other people's businesses, right, Demetria Brown? And I'm going to show you how never to major in the minors, okay? How to tend to all the business that you have and quit worrying about other people. That's what we're talking about on Super Coach Today. Live from the Greatness Factory, I'm Coach Michael Burt. We're going to have a great show.
Everybody needs a coach in life. Coaching businesses and entrepreneurs like you to spike an additional 40% to your bottom line. Michael Burt is a multi-championship coach, best-selling author, trainer, motivator, and all-around super coach. Now, from the Greatness Factory Studios, this is Super Coach.
All right, welcome to Super Coach. Every Monday, I'm typically in the office. It's a day I don't travel that much. I'm not speaking that much. I do podcasts. I do interviews. So if you want me to be on one of your shows or your podcasts, just email my assistant, Melissa, at CoachBurt.com. And I was thinking, every week I like a good, juicy topic. I like something real important to talk about. And last night, I got this email from a person out in the world who basically said to me, Coach, nobody cares about your private jet or your condos at the 505 or the self-promotion that you do. Like, nobody cares about those things. And the comment was, you need to get back to being real. And I'm thinking to myself, what does that mean, get back to being real? Does it mean going back to when I was making $24,000 a year and didn't have $1 to invest? Did it go back to when I was living at the Colony House Apartments where the floors were dirty and there's roaches crawling around? Does it mean going back to what I used to be when I didn't have any office furniture? What does being real mean? Because I went through all of those things. I've gone through all of those cycles. I've been broke, Chris Smallwood and Dale Childress Jr. I've slept on the couch. I've lived in an apartment. I hadn't had enough money to pay my bills. So when the person said that, I at first I was a little offended. Like I've worked hard. And then I started thinking, man, for 25 years I've been busting my ass to help people. I stay away from my family. I work 80 to 100 hours a week helping other people. I'm coaching 1,000 people a month. Like, what more do you want from me? Right? But you're focused on the wrong things. And I started thinking about, how do you help people quit focusing on these things that don't matter, right? I call this majoring in the minors. And I think it's real important that when we want to do big things in the world, we don't have time to focus or tend to other people's businesses. We need to be tending to our own business. Okay, and it's a clear sign to me that a person does not have enough going on if you got time to worry about other people's business. So if your dreams are big enough, I want to use this to inspire you, because at first it kind of offended me. I definitely would have offended my wife if I told her about it, so I ain't even going to tell her, because she knows how much I'm away from my family. She knows how hard we've worked to have these things. Like, it may not matter to you, but it matters to me. Okay, and I'm not trying to insult you. I'm trying to inspire you. And if what I have in my life offends you, then it really says a lot about you versus me. Because when other people have things that I don't have, it don't offend me. It inspires me. I'm great. I'm happy for them. Like, get lost in other people's dreams. Quit being worried about how something offends you or being offended by something. I don't get offended. And if I do, I get over it real fast. So I want you today to start thinking, Terry Davis and Rick True, I want you to start thinking, in Jay Cash, how do we create dreams so big that as my buddy Ed Mylett says, other people can fit into those dreams, but that you literally don't have time to major in the minors. If your dreams are big enough, then you don't have time to worry about other people. Okay, these are the things you need to be worried about. You need to be worried about how to get your revenue up. You need to be worried about expansion. You need to be worried about how you're going to get more customers. You need to be worried about how you're going to grow your business. You need to be worried about your follow-up. You need to be worried about how to get referrals. You need to be worried about becoming a person of advancement. You don't need to be worried about what Joe down the street's doing, and if he lives in $1 million house or a $25 million house. Right, DJ Boggs? Right, Curtis Sutton? We ain't got enough time to worry about those things because we got to tend to what we got to do. So when you understand this, what you really understand is time is a depreciating asset. It's something we can't get back. It's something we can't ever get back. So you are either investing that time, because what I said last night is, listen, you can't criticize me. You can't criticize me and at the same time be growing yourself. You can't do two things simultaneously at the same time. Laura Lockery, you can't focus on me and focus on you at the same time. You can't focus on expansion and be worried about decrease at the same time. Like the mind cannot think about two things simultaneously at the same time. So when you're thinking about this, you got to understand the difference between a high value activity and criticism of another person is never a high value activity. It's one of the lowest value activities. Who wins in that scenario? It's almost like the old saying I used to use, never wrestle with a pig. You both get muddy and the pig loves it. So what you got to do, James Michael Voss, is you got to start understanding that I have time and I only got so much time. It's finite. It's fixed. I only got so much time in life. I can either use that time to expand or I can use that time to be critical of other people because I don't like something that they did. Like I'm offended by that, okay? So I'm focused on high-value activity, and high-value activity is growing my business. It's helping more people. It's expansion. It's movement. It's energy. And the reality is, the reason I went down to the 505 yesterday is because Nashville has good energy. It was a dreary day in my town. I wanted to get around bigger energy, which is why I got the condo in Nashville. I've always wanted a place, 38th floor, overlooking the city. I'm going there to create. I'm an artist. I'm an entertainer. I'm in edutainment. I'm creating. I told my wife, I got to get out of here, and I got to get down to Nashville where I'm thinking bigger. Didn't have anything to do with anybody else, right, Carl Franklin? Didn't have anything. I didn't think about anybody else when I did it. Now, when I got down there, I said, you know what? Boom, I'm going to take a picture, try to inspire some folks because I always wanted a condo. It took me 43 years to have one. Of working 80 hours a week. Now, surely to goodness, Jack, this ain't going to offend somebody because I got a condo at the 505. What it should be doing is inspiring people versus offending people. Now, when we come back, I'm going to talk about the psychology of advancement. You never hear big-time people thinking or talking about other people. Never. They ain't got time. And number two, I'm going to talk about the 4 levels of people, and then I'm going to finish the show today with how do you become a person of advancement. I started this last week, and I want to get this thing across the finish line this week because I want you to be a person of advancement and increase. And when you do, there's going to be so many people that want to be attached to you. You won't have time to listen to the haters. Right, Jack? You won't have time to listen to the haters. I'm Coach Michael Burt. You're watching Super Coach. You can get it on iTunes. You can get it on YouTube. Come on back in the second segment. Let's talk about advancement.
Hey, welcome to Ask a Pro. Grant Cardone here with my friend, Coach Michael Burt, Monster Producer Academy. He's the founder of, CEO. He's a personal friend of mine. Monster Producer Academy also sits at Cardone U now, if you don't know that. And I went out and sought Michael Burt because I'm like, this dude is a professional coach, not an amateur coach, not a dilettante, not a mamby-pamby. Dude, this guy gets you accelerated growth. Yes. Okay, he gets you spikes and spurts and spurges. He'll show you how to scale your business, but before you scale your business, he'll show you how to grow your business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome back to Super Coach, coming to you live from the Greatness Factory Studios. When are you going to come see me? Let me tell you what I'm excited about that you need to come see me at. I'm excited about this event, March 14th, at my lodge. Tim Story, celebrity life coach. He's been on Oprah Winfrey's Super Soul Sunday. He's coached everybody from Robert Downey Jr., P. Diddy, Kanye West. This is a big-time dude. He started Congregation Church. He's got a deep spiritual side to him. Okay, and he had a phrase that we constantly talked about called when life knocks the shout out of you. Because life will knock you down. Life will beat you up. Life will make you call uncle. So he said that to me one day, and I said, man, we got to go on tour. You and I, and let's get some cool friends. So we picked up Sharon Lecter, who wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad, helped Robert Kiyosaki take his little baby brand to a huge brand, right? And we're coming to the lodge. So Chad Appling, you need to be there. Chris Smalls, you need to be there. Jay Cash, Scott Miller, James Voss, you need to be there. Curtis Sutton, you guys need to be there. Okay? You need to be there in the room with me and Tim Story and Sharon Lecter. I'm bringing in Johnny Wimbrey. Okay? We're adding a couple surprise guests, but it's going to be a full day with me at my lodge March 14th. Just go to coachburt.com/shout. And if you're in Dallas, Texas, come see us in Dallas. It's going to be a day that'll change everything for you. Now, guess what's going to happen that day, Chastity Davenport? I was talking about you today. The old Jason Wheel, J Parr. I want you to understand the psychology of advancement. I want you to start thinking of yourself as a person of advancement. You are advancing. You are moving the ball down the field. You are making it happen. You are manifesting. You have the power of intention. You're creating something. You are not static. And because you're moving, people want to be part of what you're doing. But here's the deal. Along with people wanting to come on board, there's going to be people trying to pull you down. Because that's all they got to do. But you ain't going to let them pull you down because you're going to help so many people, the few people that disappoint you. My wife asked me once, how do you handle all of the disappointment that you face in a day? Here's what I said. Sweetheart, when you only help a few people and 2 of them disappoint you, it's a big deal. It's all you can think about. It's that one person that sent you a bad email or said something negative about you. But when you help a couple 100,000 people and a few let you down, it don't even faze you. Matter of fact, it motivates you. Motivates you to go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. That's what you want to start thinking, guys, is you want to go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. You don't want to go where people are going to criticize you. You want to go where people celebrate with you. Some of you get caught up in the people that criticize you when there's so many more people on your side fighting for you. Okay? We can't let one person spoil the whole thing. So here's what I want to tell you. 4 levels of people. Level 1, people that talk about other people. It's a very low-level person. You're talking about other people. You ain't got a lot going on, so you criticize or critical of others. Number 2, you get together and you talk about events. What's happened this weekend? What's happening last weekend? How's it going? Number 3, here's how I know when you're getting to become a big-time person. You talk about ideas. We ain't got time to talk about other people. We ain't got time to talk about events. We got to talk about ideas. The 4th level of person is you're making ideas happen. You're not talking about ideas. You're not thinking about ideas. You're creating ideas, and you're acting on those ideas. And guess what, Khaleesi Dow? It ain't going to come in a box with the bow around it. You're going to do it and screw it up, and you're going to do it, and it ain't going to work. You're going to have to keep doing it and doing it and doing it. When life knocks the shout out of you, you got to keep going. So how do you know if you're a person of advancement or not? How do you become this person that is showing increase in other people's lives? Okay, and this is in my new book, Single Digit Millionaire. Where's it at? Right here behind me. And I talk about, to be a person of advancement, you got to find your primary skill. You got to use that skill to solve problem for one person. When you do it for one tells others, and then becomes many. Others plus marketing begin to build demand. So you got these referrals coming because you're changing people's lives, plus your marketing. You're building demand. The demand turns into a network. The network becomes a tribe. The tribe then exchanges with each other, and then you're forced to scale. This is how you start becoming a person of influence, a person of interest. You build a primary skill. You build demand for the skill. You build a network for the skill. The network becomes a tribe of like-minded people who believe the same things. You then start exchanging. You do cruises, and you do events, and you do private parties, and you do all these things. And now people are moving and advancing, Terry Davis, and they're part of something big, and they want to be part because you're a person of increase, not decrease. So for you, here's your assignment. You got to identify your primary skill, or pick up a copy of my book, Single Digit Millionaire. You got to identify what you want to be known for. You got to evaluate your POI score. Okay? Now, when you think about that concept of advancement, are you a person of advancement? Here's some characteristics of people of advancement. Because when you're advancing, you're tending to your own business. You do not have time to worry about other people's business. You ain't got time to be critical. All you got time to do is create. You create, you're not critical. Okay? Others must feel that you're a person of advancement. When they are in your presence, they get a feeling of increase. Do you ever listen to your language? Is your language uplifting or is it decreasing? You build something special. People of advancement build something special. Do you understand the power of how you make another person feel? Okay? Here's what people of advancement do, Michelle Melton. They create new things for the world. What are you creating? They build something special that advances mankind or others. They codify their success for other people. You create this intellectual property. This is why I write books. This is why I create speaking engagements. This is why I do these things, because I'm trying to advance mankind. I'm trying to create a higher level of consciousness. And if I could do anything for my hometowns of Woodbury, Tennessee and Murfreesboro, Tennessee, raise the level of think for people. Okay, tomorrow I'm getting on a plane. I'm going to Houston, Texas. There's 6 million people in Houston. There's energy. There's opportunity. There's possibility. Then I'm going to New York City on Sunday, and there's energy and there's possibility. I want people to think bigger. You are an advancing creature. You're moving. You're shaking. People are coming to be a part of you. And I want you to make key associations and give people something to get excited about. So if I had to sum the show up, Jack, tending to your own business. The reason you ain't got time to tend to other people's business is because you're advancing so much and there's only so many hours in a day. There's only so many people you can help in a day. So you got to think scale. How do I help millions of people? How do I advance this whole deal? So what you got to do is you got to quit focusing on other people's business. You got to quit majoring in the minors, and you got to quit focusing on things that will give you a decrease versus an increase. And if I had to add a fourth one, you got to get to the lodge March 14th. Spend a day with me and celebrity life coach Tim Story. If you've never been to a personal development event, this is something you need to come to for $299. You, me, Tim Story, Johnny Wimbrey, Sharon Lecter, who wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We can all get in a room and for a day focus on getting better. Focus on getting better. And I promise you, this could change your whole life. So go to CoachBurt.com right now, /shout. I put it in the notes, and I want you to be there with me. I got room. We sold 23 tickets yesterday. I only got room for 50 to 60 people, folks. And if you want to be in a room with somebody who's coaching Robert Downey Jr. and somebody who wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad, then you're going to want to be in this room. Victor Maya, I'd like to see you in Dallas March 25th for the Shout Tour when life knocks a shout out of you. Get in the room with me. And hey, quit tending to other people's business. I'm Coach Michael Burt. Listen to this on iTunes, YouTube, Podcast Republic. I don't know where else it's at. It's everywhere. Everybody needs a good coach in their life, guys. Thank you for letting me be yours.